Hey again, so let's jump straight in. The best way to study and learn the Tadasana dynamic is to run through all the actions, starting at the feet and working our way up through the body to the head. And trust me, you want to practice these verbal cues until you really know them and you really feel them in your body. And let me tell you, on a Tribe Yoga Teacher training, in the first week, we introduce the Tadasana dynamic. And at the end of the week, we have the first self-practice. And there was one time when myself and another tribe teacher were amazed and completely blown away when one student started her practice with a 20-minute Tadasana. She had her eyes closed and she was just exploring and experiencing what it means to be in the Tadasana dynamic. It was one of the most beautiful and powerful things that I've ever seen anybody do on their mat. So if you really want to experience any asana, then it's crucial to do this sort of exploration. So I really encourage you to do an extended practice of Tadasana, even if it's just 10 minutes, and we're going to do a 10-minute practice together. Because when you really feel it, when you really get into that place of asana by applying the Tadasana dynamic and you start to experience that space, that lightness, that freedom, A, it's going to change your asana practice forever, and B, it's going to allow you to transmit to your students from a place of personal experience, which will make you feel much more authentic and integral as you teach. So in the next video, we will run through all the verbal cues for the Tadasana dynamic, and we're going to be going through every single verbal cue from the feet to the head. But keep in mind that in a class scenario, you wouldn't give every single verbal cue of the Tadasana dynamic for each posture. As your students move from one posture to another, you will be selective and choose the verbal cues which are going to give the most support to your students to move out of a place of contraction and into a place of expansion, so that they feel more space and freedom in their body. And please feel free to adapt the verbal cues according to how you like to speak and how you like to phrase your verbal cues. Something that feels comfortable to you. So find your way to say things. For example, I might say, draw the lower abdomen in, and you may prefer to say something like, engage the pubic abdomen. Same action, different way to say it. So in the next video, we are going to be doing the Tadasana setup and exploring all the verbal cues in Tadasana. We are not going to be verbally cueing the bandhas and the breath. We're just practicing and focusing on the actions and corresponding verbal cues that make up the Tadasana dynamic. So let's start. I will see you in the next video.